Hey, what's up everyone, Garrett here from Code the Web, and in this video we're going to take a look at actually coding out the HTML and the CSS for our footer in this website that we have going on here. This is what we have so far, and we're just going to make the footer. So let's hop on into Coda over here, and let's set up the HTML. So what we have is we have some images in here. We have our Facebook icon, a Twitter, and a YouTube, and what we're going to do is we're going to set them up inside the footer. So let's start out by establishing our footer, and inside here we're going to have a div equals, div ID equals footer. We'll just call this foot actually, so we don't get confused with the actual footer. And then inside of that we are going to have two other divs. One is going to be div class social, okay, and the other is going to be div and then class, and the class will be contact because this is going to be a contact form. Okay, so now that we have that, let's actually get to work on what's going to be inside. So we're going to have h3, we're going to header 3 tag, and that's going to say something like social links or stay connected. Stay connected. Alright, cool. So now we have that. That's done. And then we're going to put our images, so img, and then the class will be I guess we'll do YouTube, Facebook, Twitter in that order. So let's do YouTube, and the source will be slash images slash YouTube.png. But also this is going to be clickable because it's going to be a link, so we have to add our link to the YouTube page. It's going to be http://youtube.com/codetheweb, and then we'll just verify that that works real quick, and then we're going to end that. And then underneath that we have another one, and that's going to be another link, and this is going to be, we're going to do YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. So this is going to be http:// and then I actually don't know what the Facebook thing is, because sometimes Facebook can be a little weird with its things, with its page things. Like that doesn't work obviously, but I think maybe this might. Yeah, cool. So that's what we want. So we're gonna put that there, and then it's a huge link. Oh my god! Wow. Okay, cool. And actually, we're going to take away the class from the image, I think, and we're going to put it in the button. So this one is going to be there. It's going to be called Facebook. And then, just for time's sake, let's just copy and paste this image code and put it right here. And also, if we want to make this like more readable, we can do this. That'll make it a lot more readable. As you can see, I think that's better. So let's actually do that. And this source is going to be Facebook. And then we're going to do one more. Let's just copy and paste the entire thing. And this one more is going to be Twitter. The link is going to be much shorter. In fact, it's going to be http://codetheweb1. And then this is just going to be Twitter. And let's just see if, make sure that works. Alright, cool. So they're right there. Not where we want them to be, but they are right there nevertheless. Alright, and now for this contact, let's set up the form. So we're going to have a form, and the class, or the yeah, we'll make it a class is going to be contact, and the name will be form, just because there's probably not going to be any other form on here. And then the method is going to be post, and that's it for that. And then we're going to have 3 inputs. We're going to have name, email, and message. So we have to label each one, and we're going to have label for, and this is going to be name. It's going to say name, and then we're going to have input. That class is going to be, also we're going to have a class for this label. Class is going to be why is that not working? No. Oh, that's why. I forgot to put that. Forgot a quotation mark. So class is going to be also name. Actually, we'll make it label name, just because I don't know if we've used a class like that anywhere else. So this class is going to be name also. So that's why we won't make that label the same thing. Now you know what? Actually, I don't think we even need a class, because we're just going to address all labels because we want all labels to be the same. So, the same thing for this. This is going to be the class of text, because all text is going to be the same, and you're going to see this is going to be. We're going to name this. We're going to name this name. Name will be name, and then the type is going to be a text box, except that needs to be in quotes. And that's it for that. So then we're going to have BR. Actually, we're going to have BR here too. We're going to have 2 right here. And then we're going to take this. Yeah, 1, 2, and we're going to change everything. So this is going to be email. This is going to say email. Class, same thing, email, class text. This, however, actually doesn't need a label. Oh, no, just kidding, yes it does. And that's going to be a message. And the class is going to be message, and this is not even going to be an input, it's going to be a text area. And class message name, message type, that's irrelevant. And then one more thing that we need is going to be the actual submit button. So we're going to bring that right here, and class is going to be submit, email, and the name is going to be submit. Type is going to be submit, and the value is going to be submit. The value is what it's actually going to say on screen. So submit. And now let's just check this out here. I think that's about all we need. Yeah, so everything's kind of right there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to hop on into the CSS, which is right here. And we're going to start off with the footer. So that'd be like that. And we are going to give it a width of 100%. And a height of, say, about 400 pixels. Let's see how that works out. And the background color is going to be, let's pick one. Something kind of dark. Maybe like that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, cool. I like that. Maybe even like a little bit blacker, if that's an option. Let's see how that looks. Cool, perfect. If I don't, I guess we can keep it at 400 px height. And then we're also going to margin top. It's going to be much farther. So say about, I don't know, 500 pixels from the top. And I just want to match it up with this area right here, this white space. I kind of want to have the same. Actually, looks pretty even. So I guess we'll call that okay. And now let's get to work on the actual styling of everything. So if you'll notice, we have this foot, this div foot, and the reason we did that is because we want to be able to center everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to have div, no, actually we're just going to have hashtag foot, and we're going to say width is going to be 1000 px, and the height will be 100%. It's about that. So now we want to margin 0 auto. And now it's centered. And now we can actually get to work on everything inside of it. Let's just try this out really quick. So that didn't work. Okay, cool. So margin top is going to be 25 pixels. Let's try that. See what that does. No. Okay, cool. That didn't work. That's okay. We don't need it to. That was just kind of like an extra bonus thing. So now let's move on to what's next. We got this social links. So we're going to have, and that is a class, I think. Yeah, div, the class, or the social. So I'm going to do div.social, and this is going to be, we're going to bring this down a little bit, so margin, first off we're going to have this float left, even though it's already floating left, we're just going to tell it to do that. Margin top is going to be 25 px, and there's not really much we have to do here. We can actually make it just 20. Not really too much that we have to do with the social links, because they're kind of already set up. The only thing I do want to do though is I would like to add a class to this. So we're going to type in social in the A class for all of these social links. Just type in social and then put a space in between social and YouTube, and that allows you to put multiple classes under one element. So now watch what we can do. We can come here to the CSS, and we can A social, and then we can say margin right, make it 15 px. They should be all spaced out, which they are, nicely spaced out now. Okay, finally what we have to do with that area right there is this H3, which we also want to, by the way, add an H3 here. I forgot to do that. H3, what do we want to call this? We want to call this contact us. Pretty simple, and that's about it for that. But the H3, we want to make the H3, we'll actually put that in here because it applies to both of them, not just the social aspect. So we just want to organize everything according to like where it fits in on the page. So H3 is going to be white. We want to use the color white. So color 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Should be white. Awesome. And also, we're going to get to the label thing in a sec. We're also going to make that white. So now that we have that, we really don't need to do much else with the stay connected. Now let's just move on to the contact us. So div contact, div contact, and this is going to float right. So just get that over there. Cool. And we're actually going to say margin right is going to be about 350 px. Let's see how that looks. No, not quite 350. Let's do 250. Alright, that looks better. You just do 275. I don't know. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now we want to have this margin top the same as whatever the social was, which is 20 px, I think. Okay, cool. So, and if we take off this float right, just to verify that they are at the same level, then I don't know what just happened. That because of how everything like works out together when they're kind of in the same position, it doesn't really work, but it's alright. They look like they're the same, so it's totally okay. Now let's address the labels, and we'll make those also white, because black on a dark color does not look that great, let's be honest. So color will also be white, and then the actual class, like for the text, is going to be same style. So like what we want to do is we want to have, let's say, input text, and let's say we'll make this height, we'll make it 20. Does that make it any bigger? I don't know. Yeah, it is bigger. Okay, cool. And then the width we'll make 100. I don't know. Is that, how much bigger is that? No, it's actually smaller. So let's make that 300. And that's just like way too big. 200. Or no, 250. Okay, cool. And then we'll also make like kind of rounded corners, I guess. Slightly, like very, very slight rounded corners. So we'll say border radius will be 3 px. And also border none. You know what? I actually like it without. Let's see if we can make the height bigger. Yeah, you know, that looks good. Cool. And then for the message, we'll kind of do the same thing, and that's text area class message. So scroll up so you guys can see better. Text area message. Let's just copy and paste all of this, except that obviously we want to have this be something like, actually we can keep it the same as 250, and obviously we want the height to be a lot bigger, so we're going to make the height 200. It's actually way too big, so what we'll do is maybe we can make the footer a little bit taller, say 450. We can make this height a little bit smaller, like maybe 100. How's that going to look? Let's see. Okay, cool. That actually looks pretty good. And then for the submit button, I don't really want to have a submit button that looks like that. So input, submit, and this is the last thing we have to do right here. So submit, and then we will have, we'll make the width, say 30 px, the height will be 15 px, the background color will be let's make it just white. So white, and then let's make the actual text color. Let's make it the color of the background of our border, or the background of our what's it called, footer like section here. Let's see how that works. Didn't really do anything. Because the width is still like really. Let's make it 60. I don't know. How's that gonna do? And 30, let's say. So it's bigger, better. And then we'll make border none, and we'll also say border radius will be 3px. How's that look? Much better. And then when we hover over it, how about if we just make it so like it become like, I don't want to make the background change to the same color as the background of the footer section. So how about if when we hover over it, nothing happens except that it kind of gets like underlined. So we'll just do text decoration underline. So cool, just like that. Pretty simple. So there you have our footer section. It's really basic. There's not really too much going on here. You can always add things. Obviously, there's plenty of space to shift things over a little bit. You can obviously move over the contact form and add things and whatnot. But there's the HTML and the CSS for it. And a little bit from now, after we do all the HTML for everything, we'll come back and we'll do the PHP, which will actually enable people to use this contact form, which will enable you to receive emails and whatnot from your clients or your fans, your viewers, or whatever you're making this website for. So, thanks for watching, guys. I know this was kind of a long video. We had a lot to get out. This is a really important one. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you did enjoy, if you learned something, definitely share it with your friends. I think a lot of people can learn from these videos. And also subscribe, because we're going to be coming out like videos with this, like this, all the time, basically every week. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.